Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. This is what I had left from that other video earlier. It was starting to get too long and I figured I'd separate it into two videos. XRP Ledger hooks. It's very risky in two ways, says David Schwartz. If there's something wrong with it that breaks the XRP Ledger, that would be a multi-billion-dollar problem. We want the XRP Ledger to be great for payments, and it could make it more Ethereum-like. But if they prove that it works very well and it doesn't degrade the network for other users, then you could see in a year or two a proposal to add it to the XRP Ledger mainnet. What hooks is, it would add smart contract-like functionality to the XRP Ledger. And a lot of people were cheering this on. But I gotta agree with David. They want to utilize the XRP Ledger for payments all around the world. You don't want to have smart contract functionality messing up the entire XRP Ledger. Not when we're so close to cross-border payments going live all around the world. Make a clawback amendment or we're not using the XRP Ledger. I wonder which entity asked for this. Bank of America, IMF, World Bank, or all of the above. Now, a lot of people said you talked about clawback, but you didn't really explain it. So this is what the clawback feature is. The clawback feature, introduced by RippleX developers last October, gives more control and security to the developers who create and issue tokens on the XRP Ledger. The feature allows the developers to take back tokens from users in some situations, such as where there is fraud or when a user forgets their password. This feature is optional, and developers can choose to use it or not, depending on the needs and the laws of their countries. It interacts with trust lines by adding a flag to them. The flag indicates to the user if the token issuer can use the clawback feature or not. Users can check the flag for this information before they decide to use the token. But this goes along with CBDCs. And think about it like this. If they don't like something that you're saying, they just take all your tokens back or all your CBDC back. You lose all your money. They could also freeze your money through the freeze option on the XRP Ledger as well. But I think the banks are looking for this before they decide to go live with the CBDC on the XRP Ledger. That's what I was talking about when I talked about the clawbacks. XRP Ledger, now just over 5 million wallets that have a balance more than 0 XRP coins. This is super bullish. Minus the 0 to 20 XRP and divide it by 2, 3, or 4. I have more than one wallet. The wallet number might be 5 million, but the XRP holders are far less. I think we're still under 1 million. Remember when they said they're not going to allow all these XRP holders to get rich? There's too many XRP holders. But I don't think there's really that many when you look at the size of the world's population. And I know a lot of people are going to become millionaires in the very near future just for holding XRP. Stephen Thomas, I like to compare Ripple to Cisco. Take a listen to this.
That kind of lock-in.
I often like to compare Ripple to Cisco because Cisco, they didn't need to own TCP/IP. They didn't need to make it proprietary. They benefited plenty by being the best vendor for sort of enterprise-grade routers. And so what we want to be is like the best vendor for enterprise-grade routers for money. And we want XRP to be the best asset for routing money. And so at the height of the internet boom, actually became the largest company in the world by market cap, just to give you an idea of how big of an opportunity that could be. And so for us, that's plenty big. And in fact, if we didn't pursue this kind of strategy, if we pursued a strategy like, so let's say the Bitcoin maximalists, where you're trying to get everyone to use your particular currency and your thing, then the risk that you're taking is that some other interoperability solution does come out, and then other people are optimizing their solutions for that world, and you have missed the boat. And so we think it's very important to build for like an interoperable future where there is a lot of competition, because that's driving us to have very high efficiency and very good user experience and so on.
I thought that was the greatest way to compare Ripple was to Cisco. And I liked when he said, we want XRP to be the best asset for routing money, because that's how we would get rich. But as things are building out, people lose the patience during that time, because it's like the shakeout event that's happening right now. Every single day I see people saying, I'm giving up on XRP. I'm investing in this now, or I'm investing in that now. Those same people are going to come rushing back here the second XRP takes off. Brics using gold to shift global demand away from the US dollar. Now, I thought this was great because we might have been looking at this in the wrong way. A lot of people must have. Throughout 2023, the Brics Alliance has acquired gold at a remarkable rate. Central bank throughout the alliance has sought to stock up on the metal, with many assuming that it was for an impending Brics currency announcement. However, Forbes has recently reported that the Brics bloc is using gold to help shift global demand away from the US dollar. Indeed, the alliance is not relying on gold to be a currency used in place of the dollar yet. They are acquiring the asset so that it could be used as the basis for international exchange, similar to the dollar. Subsequently, denominating in the asset is an effective way to maintain its local currency strength, but redirect global activity away from the US dollar reliance. So maybe they're not going to back their currency by gold. They're using gold in multiple ways. And I think that's the path to take, especially when the US dollar is propped up by nothing but a massive amount of debt. But people keep saying, no, they're going to back their currency by gold, and then XRP is going to move that currency. I believe Brics will definitely use RippleNet and XRP. But even if they came up with an alternative, it still shows you that the rest of the world is going to have to push ahead with Ripple and XRP either way. So once again, it's a win-win for us. Brics expansion is a threat to SWIFT payment system and US dollar. The new Brics expansion could lead to a decline in global SWIFT transactions that can inadvertently affect the US dollar. The 9-member Brics Alliance is looking to end cross-border settlement with SWIFT using the dollar and aims to pay in local currencies. The development adds pressure on the SWIFT's payment system, leading to a decline in the US dollar-based settlements by Brics. So think about it like this, okay? We know the Brics want to use blockchain technology. They also want to speed up transactions. So any Brics country that's using blockchain and we're still using SWIFT, no matter what, it's still going to be faster than SWIFT. When we send money now, it takes days for that money to get there. Imagine if Brics, even if they don't use RippleNet, they use something else, and it's taking just an hour to get that money back and forth. The rest of the world will pay attention to that. So they're going to have to come up with a system that's faster. What's that system? RippleNet and XRP. That's why I said, even if Brics don't use RippleNet, the US will. Canada will. The UK will. Europe will. And that's what I see playing out here. But even the countries that utilize RippleNet are going to push away from SWIFT as well. And we still end up with a good percentage of SWIFT's business. Does that all make sense to all of you? Let me know in the comment section down below. We stand with Texas. Now, when I mentioned this the other day in a video, one thing I forgot to mention is this shows you how divided the country is right now inside the United States. It shows you what the mainstream media has been doing to people over time. You know, we should all be unified in this country. Now we have states not agreeing with other states because of this right here. Fox and CNN are both owned by the same BlackRock. Yet these Bitcoin maxis have some sort of belief that BlackRock is here to make them rich. BlackRock is here to kill Bitcoin. Wait and see. That's exactly what they're going to do. And people will always say, why would BlackRock want to lose money? They're not going to lose money. If they were to kill Bitcoin right now and it cost them anything, the U.S. government would bail them out. Other governments would bail them out as well. Because all these same countries that are pushing for the Great Reset are also pushing for the end of Bitcoin, because they look at Bitcoin as a competitor to their CBDC. Ripple in the spotlight. Wall Street eyes XRP spot ETF. Once again, this is why I don't want to see BlackRock have a spot ETF for XRP. I'd rather BlackRock not even get involved with XRP at all, unless it has to do with cross-border payments or some other utility that we're pushing towards with Ripple and XRP. To hell with those ETFs already. Everybody on a daily basis, if they were to get an ETF for XRP right now, XRP would shoot up over $100 overnight. You see how it's playing out for Bitcoin, right? Then there's this. Augustine Carston. If you don't know who this guy is, he's the general manager at the BIS. And exactly what he says here is the same reason I don't want a CBDC. Take a listen to this.
We tend to establish the equivalence with cash, and there is a huge difference there. For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. And also, we will have the technology to enforce that. Those two issues are extremely important, and that makes a huge difference with respect to what cash is.
So here's exactly what he says. We want a cashless society so we could keep track of all your transactions, so we can make sure that you're only buying things that we allow you to buy. And we want to make sure that you can't hide money or save money anymore either, because your central bank digital currency is going to expire over time. You know, if you want to drive a gas-powered vehicle in the future, they will know whether or not you have enough carbon credits to do so. That's what they're pushing us towards. And every single day and every single time I make a video and I talk about how I don't like the idea of a CBDC, people right away on X hit me up in my messages and say, come on, Rich, you realize we got to get rich from XRP. There's only one way to do that, and that's through CBDCs. No, there's not, and I have explained this multiple times. XRP can fix the current financial system. It works with cash. XLM works with cash. XDC works with cash. We don't need a CBDC to get rich when you hold XRP. And you know, that's what they're all pushing towards right now. And everything is a distraction. It's like watching a movie play out. And we're at the part of the movie where everything's being put in place for CBDCs all around the world. Then one day they're going to flip that switch and CBDCs are going to go live. And cash is slowly going to disappear. And as it does, we're going to realize that this was the worst decision that anybody could ever want. Because the second that they get control over your money, they have control over you. And what's even worse than that is the digital ID that you're going to get as well. It's going to be tied to everything. And people still don't understand that yet. Everybody's out there hailing UBI, Universal Basic Income. I talked to a guy the other day about AI, and he's like, well, listen, he goes, if a robot wants to do my job, great. Just send me money every single month. But they don't know what they're signing up for. They don't realize through that universal basic income, it's going to come in the form of a central bank digital currency. And all of a sudden, they want to buy a gun. Oh, you can't own guns anymore. Oh, I want to go get gas for my lawnmower. Nope, you got to switch to an electric lawnmower now because you don't have carbon credits to mow your grass. I mean, that's how ridiculous this is going to become. And people still don't understand it. The good thing is, I think when we finally heard it said on the mainstream media news by Trump, that was an eye-opener for a lot of people. And I think a lot of people here in the United States are now realizing that a CBDC is not a good idea. So any person out there that wants to run for public office now, that could be on the ballot here in the United States. And listen, I would be all for a central bank digital currency if we had privacy laws, if we had some sort of entity, government entity that just runs privacy laws for CBDCs. But until then, we are going to end up in a slavery system at the rate we're going. But until everything happens, you gotta stay patient, stay positive. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.